Hello everyone and welcome back to a vlog, reading possibly included. This is Bookwitchreviews, my channel, and I am on a little getaway for my girlfriend's birthday, and we are in, I want to call it a shepherd's hut, but it's not really. It's a thingy on wheels, and this is the view. How lovely is that? This is slightly echoey. The boy is right there. His crate can't fit under the table, and I thought it might, but he's very tired. We've only just arrived. My girlfriend has gone out to find us dinner / groceries somewhere. I thought I would just check in with you guys. I meant to check in yesterday while I was still working to sort of start the vlog, but it is Wednesday. We have driven a while to get out to the green. We actually have a surprising amount of green around us, but still, there's the light. Also, don't mind my shoes, otherwise Lenny will eat them. But I have obviously taken some books on holiday. We're just gonna go for walks and have a lovely time. That's the plan anyway. So this may just be an extended weekend vlog, maybe. But let me tell you what I am reading. I'm reading Modern Divination still by Isabel Ashajanian. This is an indie published dark academia magical realism book. We are following Aurelia, who is an American studying in Cambridge. She is also a green witch. However, she suddenly gets pushed together with her academic rival when one of her friends is murdered, and her magic is sort of vaguely out of control. I have been reading it for what feels like a really long time, and I would really like to just finish it. I really like bits, but mainly it's a bit slow and possibly a little bit sluggish, which I'm sad about because this cover is a dream. It's a dreamboat. But yeah, I will also just really quickly show you guys what else I have brought with me. Will I read 4 books this weekend? Probably not, but perhaps I shall. We'll see. So we have Modern Divination. We have The Surviving Sky by Kritika H. Rao. This comes out in June. It was sent to me early by Triton Books. I'm super excited about it. Adult fantasy, middle-aged couple trying to save their floating city. We have the prequel to Legends and Lattes, Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry. Super excited about this. I'm gonna absolutely pour through it like I did with Legends and Lattes, I'm anticipating. So this won't be a long read for me. And then My Beauty, The Grimoire of Grave Fate by Hannah Alcath and Margaret Owen. It is a collection of, I believe, 13 short stories seen from 13 different students' perspective in a magic school about the murder of a magical professor. I have been so excited about this. I love this cover. It was out early at Comic-Con, and I obviously immediately picked it up, and I cannot wait to read this. So I have brought some vaguely fast reads. I believe Grimoire of Grave Fates and Bookshops and Bones Dust will read really quickly. Might be a little bit slow with The Surviving Sky, so we'll see. But yeah, I will take you guys along. It'll probably just be loads of like nice footage, hopefully, and then I hope you guys enjoy coming away with me. And we are obviously still away, but I just wanted to give a quick little reading update while girlfriend is out with the boy on. Also, all the doors open because it's warm in here. The view is still very nice, but I finished finally Modern Divination by Isabel Ashajania yesterday, and I am sad to say that it disappointed real bad, and I'm really sad about it because I was really like, it's so beautiful, and there was such high moments. The writing is beautiful in here, but it's convoluted and it needed to be sort of cut down a bit. And then I'm annoyed because the last, like, I think 20 pages are like stunning. And funnily enough, they're smutty. So, you know, it had some really interesting premises, but I cannot quite explain what the plot is or what really came from it. And just some of the steps that were taken, I was just like confused. I was mainly reading this for the relationship between Teddy and Aurelia. He goes by Rory, but also Aurelia. And his name is Theodore, but he also goes by Theo and Teddy. So many names, few people. I wish I loved this. It's like I don't want to give it 2 stars, but it feels like it's like a 2.5, 2.75 maybe, because it was fine. I've read worse books. It's super queer, which we enjoy. It's magical. It's like dark academia-esque, but it didn't hit, and I'm sad about it. So it's, yeah, goodbye for now. It's gonna go home on my shelf for at least a while, and we'll see how long it stays there. But I started this morning Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. This is the prequel to Legends and Lattes, which is a cozy fantasy. This is set some 20 years before Legends and Lattes, and still follows Viv, who is an orc. In this one, she's, I believe, in her early 20s, and she gets injured and she ends up in this little town, and that's pretty much all I know. It comes out in November of this year. I'm super excited about it. The writing is like Legends and Lattes, just super great already. I'm only 24 pages in, but I'm super excited about it, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the B-roll. Bye. Monday, and obviously we are back home, so I thought I'd just come in with a quick little reading update. And yes, this vlog will continue. This is just the way until I don't wanna anymore. We'll see. Well, finishes when it finishes. I'm currently reading Bookshop and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree, which, as I've previously said, is the prequel to Legends and Lattes. I am about 90 pages in, and it is as wonderful as Legends and Lattes. It's a very, like, obviously it's a similar atmosphere, but it's different, and I'm really enjoying this sort of, like, basically we are still following Viv, who is the main character in Legends and Lattes. And in Legends and Lattes, she obviously opens a coffee shop, and in this book she's much younger and still sort of believes that she's meant to be a warrior. Also, spoilers for if you haven't read Legends and Lattes. If you haven't read it yet, but you still want to watch the rest of this vlog, I will stop talking about possible spoilers for Legends and Lattes when this is no longer here. But basically, Viv is much younger in this book and still believes that she wants to be a warrior. And in this book, she's obviously been injured and she's stuck in this little town, and she makes some new friends. And it's just really wholesome, and I honestly can't wait to finish it. It's going to go really quickly because I read it's going to go so quick, and then I'm going to be sad that it's over. Have anything to update on other than the fact that I love Bookshops and Bone Dust. I also just got some book mail. This is The Shadow Cabinet by Juno Dawson. This is the sequel to Her Majesty's Royal Coven, which is very conveniently sitting right behind me. Magical realism, trans witches, sort of our world, but where witches are real and work for the government. It's very queer, and I love that. And it's wholesome, and I didn't love Her Majesty's Royal Coven as much as I expected to, but I really want to see where the story is going. So part of me sort of feels like I need to reread the first one and then I can read this, but I'm excited about that. And now I'm going to unbox my May box. Is it May? Yeah, we're in June now. My May box, and we'll see if that goes up before my TBR. Maybe I should edit my TBR. We'll see how long this vlog is. It is Saturday, and I thought I'd come in with a brief little reading update, and then I will finish this reading vlog tomorrow. It's happening. I'm gonna edit it today, and then we're just gonna be go with the vlog thingy. Anyway, I finished reading Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree, and this is cozy fantasy at its finest. I was not sure what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting how lovely this was. It's a very different feeling somehow still to Legends and Lattes, and I think you can see the evolving of Travis Baldree's writing, but I really loved this. It's super wholesome. It has obviously some violence. It's a bit like D&D, but like sweet and cozy, because obviously like orcs and like fantasy in that sort of way, but it's also just wholesome, and it's bookshops, and it's a sweet little queer sort of romance on the side, and it's just I really love this. This is a solid 5-star, and I'm so happy that I got to read it early. It comes out in November from 4. It's given to me at the MCM bloggers brunch by Katrina via Black Crow PR and 4. So yeah, I love this, and I can't wait to have more people read it. It's a different feeling from Legends and Lattes, but I'm hoping that everyone will love this as much as I did. Like it brings all of those happy feelings that you get from reading books. It's sort of like an exploration of what books can mean to people, and I really love that. And I started my second book on my TBR, and I actually got a solid chunk through it. This is The Surviving Sky by Krit K.H. Rao. It comes out on the 13th of June, which is next week. I'm part of the Instagram tour, so I'm really hoping I can like power through it, because my girlfriend is on late, so it's just me and the boy is sleeping downstairs currently because it's hot. It was really good shout, like chop all my hair off. I'm debating doing it again. So this is the first in a adult fantasy series. At least I think it's a series. I'm assuming it's a series. I think it's called Rages, and I'm not sure why it's called Rages yet, but I feel like it's coming up. And it's sort of like, oh god, how can I best explain this? This sort of political aspect of the Jasmine Throne, and also I'm getting the 5th season. We're basically following 2 points of view. We are following a older married couple who seem to have sort of fallen out. One of them is what they call an architect in this floating city, and the other one is an archaeologist. So she's trying to figure out why exactly the city keeps having to float, but there's a different sort of almost ranks. So people who aren't architect, which means that they're people who can't influence the plants in this floating city, are sort of seen as like sub-citizen, and she's trying to change that. And there's just like, it's a lot of pining going on. There's also a lot of world building happening quite early on, so it's a little bit hard to get into, but I think if you just stick with it, it has some really interesting, like I feel like there's some interesting plot building happening already, and there's also a whole lot of, surprisingly, will they, won't they, because they're already married, but like their history has a lot to do with it. I don't think I explained that very well, but human-made floating plant city, and the world is earthquakes and big things, and there's like giant animals. They might not be animals, so things are happening. I'm very excited, but yeah, yeah, 5th season and Jasmine Throne together. It's this. Hello, team. It is absolutely boiling, and it is also Thursday, and I meant to finish this vlog on Sunday, and I didn't. But I did finish this on Saturday, and it's intense and interesting and sort of Hindi philosophy inspired in some ways. It like talks about rebirth and like your place in the world and what you do, and I thought it wasn't queer. It is quite queer. I believe that our female main character might be bi. I didn't like get any context for the male character in regards to that, but it's a very queer normative world, and I really enjoyed this. I also was very confused very often. It gave really strong 5th season vibes by N.K. Jemisin, which is a book that I absolutely adored. And honestly, this was just like a funky ride, and I'm excited about what happens in the next book. I believe the series is called Rages, which is interesting. It does have that slightly annoying thing happening where instead of saying like fuck or regular swear words, the author is using like something world specific, which is quite fun, and it's rage or rages. But then these earth storms underneath them is also called earth rages, so it's all bad and all interesting, and the relationships are really cool, and some interesting things are happening. There were some twists and turns that I wasn't expecting, then there was some turns that I did expect, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. But that is what I read, and now I need to end this vlog. And I am so hot because the UK has decided to boil. And now I need to go check on my dog to see whether he, I don't know, he needs an ice cube or something. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Sorry it extended as it usually does. And if you did like it, then don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button at the same time so you don't miss out on any other videos from me. You can also click the little bell to give you a notification when I put up a new video, which I keep trying to do and it doesn't really quite seem to be happening. So that's the life. But I hope you know that I'm proud of you, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.